post VSG surgery. Hey y'all, hey! It's Erica with Time to Shrink. I'm so excited to get to start doing these VSG videos. I've watched so many of yours for so long, and I feel like my pre-op stage lasted for freaking ever. Anyways, let's jump right into it. So, today is November 29th. It is 1 week since my VSG surgery in Puerto Vallarta. Let's jump into stats first, probably. I think that's what people usually do. I'll get the hang of it, y'all. So, when I started this journey, I had decided, I think it was May 22nd that I decided, May 22nd, 2018, I decided I was gonna have weight loss surgery. I went to a surgeon in the States and, you know, long story short, that didn't work out. I ended up in Mexico. But at that point, my weight was my highest weight was 270. And when I started my 2-week pre-op liquid diet, I was 243. When the day before I flew for surgery, I was 235, and today, I don't know, y'all, my scale broke. I think it needs new batteries, but it's got this weird little screw in the back and I can't get it off, so I have to wait for my husband to come home. But then I don't want to wait this afternoon because I'll probably gain some water weight today. I like to wait first thing in the morning. So we're gonna go with yesterday's weight, even though I'm completely frustrated with that. Yesterday's weight was 230.4. So I was shocked because I am freaking bloated. I am so bloated, y'all. My hands are puffy, my feet are puffy. Like when I put my feet in shoes or slippers, they still like leave an indentation when I take it out. My stomach is like I'm pregnant bloated, like super, super bloated. I'm not in any pain. I really haven't had much pain at all since the first 24 hours. After that, it was pretty manageable, but still had some pain. And then the day of the Wednesday, the 28th, when we flew home. Today's not the 29th, it's the 30th. Whatever. Wednesday, when we flew home, I did experience a little bit of pain, but it was pretty mild. I would say I was pretty uncomfortable. I had to do a lot of walking and my body was just extremely fatigued. And I do have fibromyalgia, so tons of walking and tons of walking and body fatigue are kind of normal for me. So I don't know if it was from the surgery. I'm guessing it was a combination. I really thought I was gonna gain weight. I really did. I was scared to step on that scale. I thought I was gonna be way back up. So I'll take it. I know a lot of people lose 10, 15 pounds in the first week, but that wasn't my case, but I don't care. Like, as long as it's moving down, as long as I'm doing what I know I'm supposed to be doing, I'm happy. I'm happy with it. I'm so excited to be on this journey. If you haven't seen it, I just posted yesterday my VSG journey in Mexico, so I will link that up above here. And if you want to go check that out, if you haven't, it's kind of more detail of my the whole first 6 days. But I did want to do this weekly weigh-in this weekly weigh-in too. All right, the other thing I wanted to talk about was, what am I eating? What does food look like? So the first couple days that I was allowed to have something, all I had was ice and some Gatorade, not Gatorade, Powerade Zero, and just little sips. Took a really long time. I was like, how in the world am I ever gonna get enough fluid in? I was slightly concerned, but by day 4, it was starting to get a little bit easier, and that was while I was still in Mexico. I had some tortilla broth, tortilla soup that I strained. I had water. I had a Zip Fizz, which I totally forgot Zip Fizz has caffeine in it, so no more Zip Fizz for me for at least 6 weeks. I drank it so slowly over such a long time, it was probably not a big deal, but I don't want to recommend Zip Fizz to people because, yeah, it has caffeine, and we're not really supposed to have caffeine in the beginning. Basically, I found warm things felt good to me, so I had some hot teas and some of that tortilla soup, like I said. I did have water and the Zip Fizz, but I got enough in that day, and by that evening, my urine was nice and clear, which means I was fully hydrated, so I was super happy about that. Yesterday was my first day home, and I just kind of wanted to share a couple things that I did. This is wonton soup. Kind of looks like a jar of pea, doesn't it? Sorry. It's wonton soup that the kids ate the wontons out of, so it just gave me a nice broth that I didn't have to make myself, and is different than just the canned or different beef broths that I have. And then I made protein jello. What I did was I took one of these sugar-free, okay, so this is just sugar-free cheesecake flavor. And I took this whole package, and then I took 2 cups of my Iconic Protein. Iconic Protein is my favorite pre-made protein drink, so I took 2 cups of this and put it in here. And then, oh, hold on. Then I took 1 scoop of this Gene Pro. It is, let's see if I can remember. Is it 30? Yeah, 30 grams of protein in 1 tiny scoop. So this has 20 grams, so that was 30 grams of this about, and then 30 grams here. And I poured them into these little 2-ounce containers. So I now have, gosh, come on, Erica, spit it out. So I now have I made 12. So each of these has 5 grams of protein. So this was just a little something different that I could have. Gave me a little different taste in my mouth, and it still has protein, because right now everything needs to pretty much have protein. So I had 1 shake by itself. I had 1 of these yesterday. I had a cup of broth. Had 2 of these full of water. This is another thing I'm really liking. This is just a Starbucks washable cup, and the little sippy thing on the top of it helps me not gulp or accidentally take too big of a sip. It helps me take little sips. So I've pretty much been drinking out of these exclusively, and I'm really liking it. I can do warm or what am I trying to say? I can do warm in here or cold, but my body's not loving cold. It's more room temperature or warm that I'm handling better. So this is my 2nd cup of this today, and it is 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So far today, which is day 7, I had 1 of these, 1.5 waters. I had a decaf coffee. That's the other thing I had yesterday morning too. But each morning I'm starting with a decaf coffee, and I am putting in it, let me show you. You think you have everything prepared, and then you don't. All right, so my decaf coffee every morning, a scoop of this. This is perfect keto MCT oil powder, but it has 10 grams of protein in 1 scoop. So I do 1 scoop of this, and this is pretty pricey. So to cut down on it a little bit, I do a scoop of this. This is Vital Proteins Collagen Peptides, and 2 scoops of this is 20 grams of protein. So I do 1 scoop of this and 1 scoop of this. So that gives me 20 grams of protein. And then I am in love. I am obsessed with these nut pod creamers. Has really clean, great ingredients, and it makes it taste like a peppermint mocha. So it's really fine. The ingredients are pretty clean, and it's 10 calories for 1 tablespoon, 0 carbs, 0 protein. And I'm probably doing about 1.5 tablespoons of this, and then I just froth it up with my frother. So that's been my coffee. So this is 20, 25. Then when I have my soup, I put a scoop of this Gene Pro in it. So that's 30, and then this is 20. So there's my 70 grams of protein that I need. So it's really going really pretty well. I'm really, really psyched about it. It's going really well. I'm really psyched about how everything's going so far. I don't love the protein shakes, which is why I do 1 in the coffee and 1 in a soup form, because my stomach does not love a lot of whey protein. It just upsets my stomach a little bit, truthfully, and drinking 3 of these a day, I would just be in the bathroom all day long. So I've yet to find a whey protein that doesn't upset my stomach a little bit, and I hate pea protein. I don't like vegan proteins. So this is what's working for me, and this week has just been a whirlwind of craziness, but almost all of it was good. And like I said earlier, I'm so excited to join the losers bench and finally have had my surgery and for everything to be going well. The only issues that I had the whole week were when I woke up from surgery, I had an epidural, so I was numb from the waist down. Generally, by the time you get through recovery, I'm a nurse. Generally, by the time you get through recovery and get onto the room, you're starting to get feeling back. I had none. From my diaphragm down, I felt nothing, which meant I had zero pain, which was awesome, but then I didn't start get feeling. So my surgery was at 5 o'clock. At midnight, I still had zero feeling, and I was starting to freaking flip out because I've taken care of plenty of patients that have had epidurals, lots and lots and lots and lots in my nursing career, and I've never seen anyone stay that numb for that long. So drama queen came out. I was freaking flipping out. Ended up having a doctor come in the middle of the night to check me out and reassure me that I was okay, one of the hospitalists, and she was super sweet. And by the time she got there, I was starting to be able to wiggle my toes, and I felt so relieved. But it literally took 12 hours for me to be able to fully move my legs in order to get up. So the downside of that was we really like patients to get up and walking within just a couple, 3-4 hours max after surgery to get rid of that gas pain. So because I wasn't able to move for over 12 hours, my gas pain was pretty freaking intense. I had a little panic attack over the pain. It was so bad, but I pushed and made myself walk, and they gave me plenty of pain medicine. They did everything they could to control my pain, and I just walked my little ass off. Walked and walked like it was my full-time job, and it worked. By 24 hours, I was completely, I still had gas. I think I still had some bloating and gas, but not painfully anymore at all. So that was the couple weird negatives. And then also the leak test. I was not prepared for the leak test. I didn't know it was happening. I know the concept. I know what happens exactly as a nurse, but I had not thought about that I was going to have to drink liquid, and then it was going to be nasty, and then I had to drink it fast. It never crossed my mind that it had to be downed fast. And you know, I hadn't even had an ice chip yet, and they talk about sip, 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 and I just kind of freaked out about it. And the radiology tech spoke zero English, and was really rude and really brusque, and I about had a panic attack down there. But I did what he said. I could tell he was saying fast, so I swallowed it fast. It was disgusting, so gross, but I did it, and I didn't die, so it was okay. I just freaked myself out for nothing with that. So if you haven't had it yet, just let you know you do have to drink it fast, and it will be okay, and it will be nasty. And also, for many of us, it causes diarrhea. I had diarrhea like 8 times that day, so whatever. There's a fun way to end the video. I just realized it's getting kind of long, so I am going to end it. I'm so glad to be on the loser's bench with y'all, and if you haven't had surgery yet, I am here for you. Leave me comments or messages. I'd be glad to answer any questions, interact, and I'm going to keep making these